Lesson 25. Item involving verb problem. The answer choice for these points are almost different form of the same verb. In the sentence structure or sentence theme, you will have to decide what form work best in the sentence. In this lesson, the question is about looking for the right verb that is missing in a sentence, and it's involving some verb problems. Point A. The verb is not really a verb used alone, and infinitive gerund or participle cannot be a main verb. In this point, the verb is not become the original verb as it is used to be, but it became a noun as subject or object of sentence, such as to infinitive or gerund. Point B. The verb is active but should be passive, or it is passive but should be active. As the rule of active and passive voice, if the subject performs the action, the verb must be in active voice. Otherwise, in the subject receives the action, the verb must be in passive voice. The next point is the active and passive voice rules. The active of verbs has to be in an active sentence as the subject performed the action. Otherwise, if the subject was receive the action, which means it becomes passive sentence, the verb used has to be passive too. Point C. The verb does not agree with its subject. In this case, singular subject requires singular verbs and plural subject requires plural verbs. This point means that the subject, either singular or plural subject, should have the same verb. The singular subject requires singular verb and the plural subject requires plural verbs as well. Point D. The verb is not in the right tense. According to the time, word, or idea in the sentence, the appropriate tense must be used. Next point is the average grammar in tense rule. It is about matching the appropriate verb with which tense it will take a place. For instance, the simple past tense has to use verb 2 and simple present tense has to use verb 1 and etc. Point A. An unnecessary element comes before the verb. Personal pronouns, relative pronouns, or conjunctions may be used unnecessarily before verbs in some sentences. Okay, the next is the question. Number 1 is, before the late 18th century, mass textile blah 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 at home. The right answer is D, because it is the right verb to use in the sentence. The sentence is past perfect, so the verb. Number 11 is, weavers are social birds that blah 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 complex nest housing hundreds of families. And the right answer is A, because the sentence is in simple present tense in telling the truth from, so the needed verb is verb 1. The next is lesson 26, incomplete or missing infinitive and gerund phrases. An infinitive is a verbal form that consists of the word to and the simple form of the verb to be, to go, to give, to build. Infinitive are often followed by an object: to give direction, to build a house. Together, an infinitive and its object form an infinitive phrase. Point A. Infinitive can be used in a variety of ways. They may be the subject or object of verbs or used after to be plus adjective. To read the direction is important. Infinitive as a subject of a verb. You forgot to read the direction. Infinitive as object of a verb. It's important to read the direction. Infinitive after to be plus adjective. And point B is infinitive can be used as adjective phrases after noun phrase. You will often see this in structure problem. After noun phrase containing the word first. The example is like, John Glenn was the first American to orbit the Earth. Point C. Infinitive can also be used to show purpose. In other words, they explain why an action takes place. The phrase in order plus infinitive also show purpose. Thus, infinitive phrases often come at the beginning of a sentence and are set off by commas. Like, to learn how to dance, he took lessons. In order to learn how to dance, he took lessons. Point D. You may see structure items that focus on passive infinitive. A passive infinitive consists of the word to plus be plus participle verb. Like, Roberta was the first person to be asked to speak at the meeting. The next is A gerund is a verbal form that ends in ing, like being, going, giving, building. Like infinitive gerunds are often followed by objects, giving direction, building a house. Together, a gerund and its object form a gerund phrase. Gerunds are verbal nouns and are used as other nouns are used. You will generally see gerunds and subject or of verbs or as object of preposition. Playing cards in enjoyable gerund as subject of a verb. He enjoys playing cards gerund as object of a verb. He passes the time by playing cards gerund as object of a preposition. Okay, the next is the question from infinitive. Number 1 is blah blah blah. The eggs of most birds must be kept warm. And the great answer is D, because it's the two infinitive become subject in the sentence. Then number 2 is question from the children. The car is the organ of hearing, but it also plays a role in blah 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 balance. And the best answer is A, because the second verb of the sentence must be in a form of gerund.